Hey, what's up, traders? Let's look at how I was able to catch just under 500 points today on a big NQ sell-off after a really big move up. I was thinking that with everything that we had happening over the past couple weeks with the market, I was thinking, hey, we're still going to be reacting to levels as from a technical standpoint, even with bullish, fundamentals. Technicals are still going to, be playing out as they should, right? So when we saw yesterday, Wednesday, the really big move up on the 90-day pause tariff news, I was thinking, okay, that's awesome, but I still think we're gonna be in for more potential downside based upon certain things. So we have daily levels that are being retested about now, but even on a bigger time frame, we have some weekly levels that were being retested. So here we can see these two levels, which held up. It held up for quite a bit, but finally broke through last week. And so this week, we saw a move up to this weekly level here, and the market reacted and pushed down pretty far from that. And then we got some bullish tariff news, and it pushed it up to these levels. And I took my first position last night during the Asian session based upon us being at that weekly level. Let's take a look. So once I got off of work, I wanted to enter as soon as market opened. So I wanted to enter up here, and but I wasn't able to enter until about here when I was able to get home from work and actually get my setup turned on and be able to potentially, take a short. So I took a short here, have my stops just above this level up here, because I figured if we're going to be bearish, we would respect the previous day's high. So put them right above that high there. And I was planning on holding this trade as a swing trade all the way until this morning's trading session. But I know that when I do that, I can't sleep very well because I'm just like, this is, something I'm very passionate about. So I'd be watching the charts all night, trying to pull an all-nighter when I'm not, like, that's not healthy. I can catch that same, amount of points or even same profit, just simply, cashing out at about 200 points. I made about 200 points here, 215 points on this move down. And I'll bring up my quant tower to show exactly entry and exits and all that fun stuff, so you guys can see that I actually took the trades. And I'm doing as I'm going to making a video on the Apteros Tryout Pro, and I needed to make 25K, but I made too much on one of the days, and so now I have to make 35,000, which it is what it is, right? So kind of going from there, caught 200 points on this move down based off the weekly reaction. So you can pretty much bet that once a weekly level is retested, the market will react to it. You never know exactly how large the reaction is going to be. So you compare that with overall market sentiment, some fundamentals. I'm not truly a fundamental trader, but when I'm looking at things, I know that there is liquidity resting at those weekly levels. And so I want to try to capitalize on those as much as I can. And so that's why I simply just trust that the sellers will kick in, or buyers at those levels, because they got liquidity, they got something to protect at those levels. So caught that move, woke up this morning, and the main strategy that I trade is going to be a 4-hour level strategy. And so I have a trading course where I tell exactly how to mark up the levels and what they mean and all that fun stuff. But essentially what we're looking for is the 4-hour to close below or above and confirm levels, and that'll let you know generally where the market's going to be attracted to, because the market's going to move from level to level generally, assuming there isn't any crazy economic news or anything that could potentially throw a wrench in anything. But generally speaking, the market wants to react and is drawn towards these levels. So when we first turned on our setup and I was trading live, as I do every single day with my students, I saw that we had on this level here, we had closed below this level. First indication that this level, was broken. Once we get that, typically you can bank on a reaction off of that level. We never got even back up to the level to react off of it. We saw that this level here got broken by a 4-hour candle. And when that happens, you can bank on a retest of that level that the market will, react and continue down to the next level, assuming that, there isn't any hidden daily levels or 4-hour levels that you just aren't seeing. And so once we saw that, told my students, let's enter short. And our stop was actually quite a big stop. It was almost 250 point stop. So we traded smaller, because on that hourly time frame, if we're going to respect the move down, we're going to have to respect the previous hourly high. And so I said, we have this level that the market just broke. We had one, the market printed this level here. It then again respected it here. And then market opened, it was able to break this level in the hourly time frame. I knew that two things could happen. Either we could react off of this 4-hour level and push down simply from reacting off of this 4-hour level, or we could, on the 1-hour chart, come back up and retest this zone before continuing down. I've seen a lot of times where it simply reacts off of this level, especially being it hit a weekly level and it reacted the way it did overnight. I was confident that it could, just simply react off of this level here. And so we took a short. Market pushed up to here, respected this EMA, this 9 EMA here, and then started to flush from there. And once it started taking off, it just simply took off. I was expecting the market to go down to this blue line here, as it just simply moves from level to level. But I didn't need that much profit, as I want to respect the 20% consistency rule that I have to abide by right now. And so basically what I did was I put our take profit right above this candle high here, simply just because this was an area that the market could have reacted from. Obviously it went right through it, but for two reasons I didn't need that much profit as far as the whole move, and it just lined up almost perfectly to keep me under, right just under where I need to be as far as the 20%, to not even more so raise my goal for what I need to pass the Apteros Tryout Pro. So that was how we were able to catch a total of, let's see, how much was it? 477 points. All right, so let's take a look at our Quant Tower platform here so we can see where the entries and exits were taken on the two trades I just referenced to catch the 477 points. So first entry was here, and I took this entry based upon the weekly level being hit, and I just had a feeling that the market would react pretty heavily off of that weekly level being hit for the first time. And so took the sell there and got out here. So you see, got out at the 19,024, 23 level or something like that. Entry was up here at the 19,236-ish level. And then the trades we took during the New York session today. So I took multiple entries off the same setup. So that's why you see all these red entries here. But got in 3 different entries and caught the first entry. I think caught somewhere around, well, obviously here, because the first one, took another one there once I calculated what the risk would be. And took another one here when we got a pullback. And then experienced that drawdown when it was going back to retest that hourly level, but then we started to flush. And I just simply started to trail it on the 5-minute once we got down here, because the first initial take profit was somewhere in here, but I just simply trailed it on the 5-minute until it hit the take profit. And so it happened, and was able to catch that. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys the actual entries and exits on the trading platform as well as TradingView. I did tell both trades to my students in the Discord, and I don't believe they took this one here, but they did capitalize on this one here, and they took profit here at this level here based upon this being a place that the market could have bounced from. So I just said, TP1 will be here, take profit if you're, if you're unsure, uncertain, not confident necessarily, because it's my setups that I'm telling them, so they obviously won't be as confident as I am in the setups I'm giving, because I'm the one giving the setup. So I told them first take profit would be there, because the market could react there, and then obviously the market did its thing and flushed through even more, so 400 points in addition, so which is a crazy move. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that. So if you guys want to check out what we got going on as far as Golden Wolf futures and what we teach, check out the link in the description. And you guys could, the Discord, there's a trading course, there's live trading every single day. And it's just fun. We have a lot of fun. So if you guys are wanting to level up your trading, definitely check us out. All right, thanks for checking us out today, and you guys have a great day.